Bilirsiniz, o bizden asılıdır.
You know, it depends on us. The more active we are, the more promising the prospects will be. Naturally, during the period of occupation of Karabakh, we could not be actively engaged in this issue. However, as early as 10 years ago, I already brought this topic to the political agenda. And upon my recommendation, Azerbaijani scholars began to create scientific works on the subject. A major scientific work was created on the Yerevan Khanate, as well as studies on the past life of Western Azerbaijanis, their settlement there, and the printing of historical maps. We were already doing this at that time, because it was our rightful demand. But again, I must say, everything has its sequence. And now the time has come for us to seriously engage with this issue. First of all, several public organizations from Western Azerbaijan, operating in Azerbaijan, united within a single organization. The Western Azerbaijan community and its activities have further improved, including its international activities, and it has established contacts with many international organizations. This issue has now been placed on the international agenda because it is important. Both the international lexicon and the international agenda have now included this issue. Going forward, of course, the activities of both non-governmental organizations and the state will be aimed at enabling the people of Western Azerbaijan to return to their ancestral lands, to the villages and cities where they lived, and to settle there. This is a demand that fully aligns with international norms and principles, particularly considering that the current territory of Armenia essentially includes the historical lands that were predominantly inhabited by Azerbaijanis. Today, we assert that 300,000 Western Azerbaijanis should return to those regions. However, the total number of those who have been displaced from that region, and who are now living in various parts of Azerbaijan, along with their descendants, is several times greater than 300,000. Take a look at the maps from the 19th century, from the Russian Empire. All the toponyms there are of Azerbaijani origin, as well as the maps compiled by the Russian Empire in the early 20th century. The names of all the cities are of Azerbaijani origin. You will not see a lake named Lake Savand there. It is written as Lake Goycha. When we say that this is our historical land, we are stating the truth. Even in the recent speech of the first fascist president of Armenia, recently published in the media, he admits that Azerbaijanis were the majority in 3 regions. Azerbaijanis constituted the majority in Zangezur. Yes, not just a majority, but there were villages composed entirely of Azerbaijanis. In the 20th century, we faced deportation 3 times, and each time, these deportations led to serious consequences. In November 1920, West Zangezur was separated from Azerbaijan and annexed to Armenia. 2 years before that, unfortunately, the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic gave away the city of Yerevan to Armenia. Following this, our people endured tremendous suffering. Therefore, the time has come for Armenia to create the conditions for Western Azerbaijanis to return to their ancestral lands. Of course, we expect a clear and legally sound position from the Armenian leadership on this matter. For now, they prefer to remain silent, even though we have raised this issue multiple times, and await a concrete response from them. When and under what conditions will Azerbaijanis be able to return to those regions? Particularly considering that the majority of the villages where Azerbaijanis lived are now completely empty. No one lives there. Returning to those areas would not pose a significant problem, as there would be no need to relocate anyone. All that is required is a guarantee of safety, recognition of their right to live there, and the creation of conditions for their activity. This is our demand, and I am hopeful that the day will come when Western Azerbaijanis will return to their native lands. I believe it would be appropriate for Armenia's Prime Minister to meet with representatives of the Western Azerbaijan community. To my knowledge, they are even ready to travel to Yerevan. He should meet them, hear their concerns, and listen to them. These people were unjustly expelled from those lands. They have every right to return. If this does not happen, then what kind of European democracy can we speak of? Armenia portrays itself as a country pursuing the path of European democracy. Let them demonstrate this visibly. At the same time, I believe that the OSCE should also express its position on this issue. We expect a stance from the European Commission as well. Ignoring this matter is not the right step. This is a serious problem. It is about restoring the rights of hundreds of thousands of people. This is a human rights issue, a matter of justice. At the same time, it will also show that the current Armenian leadership is not a fascist. as the previous three presidents were fascists. Their statements, actions, participation of all three in the Khojaly genocide, and numerous other proofs confirm this. If the current Prime Minister is a Democrat and a friend of France's President Macron, who is said to be a founder of European democracy, let him demonstrate it by allowing this. Our request is exactly this. And demanding it does not mean claiming any territory. It's about approaching this from the perspective of human rights. And we will not remove this issue from the agenda, although we have such proposals. However, let everyone know, both in Armenia and those behind it, that this issue will not be excluded from the agenda until Azerbaijanis can settle in Western Azerbaijan, including in West Zangezur, under secure conditions.
Ve o cümleden Gərbi Zəngəzura yerləşənə qədər.